A very good morning, welcome. It's Jeff Lawton on Thursday the 29th of February, last day of the month, and obviously yesterday was an horrendous day. Certainly for me it was anyway, because I went in very heavy on Guard the Moon. I have no complaints about the ride, I have no complaints about the horse. I know we had a good moan the day before about those two brain dead jockeys on Tuesday. But yesterday, not all my hands up, got it wrong. Expensive day for me, and the only thing I would say, it has to teach us not to get too high when we have winner after winner after winner, and not too low when we have 3 seconds as we did yesterday. So let's put that behind us and let's move on, because this is probably as busy a day as I've known on the jump season on a midweek, certainly. I've had several bets this morning. Now, the only thing I'm going to say to you, and I keep telling you, if price is important, then you need to subscribe to my private service. And the only reason that is because that went out an hour ago when all the prices were there, and now literally everything has been backed. So if you want to subscribe to it, if you want to ask me anything at all, which I will answer totally honestly, and as many people will already know, go down to my email address, jefflaughtonmanagement@gmail.com, and literally you can ask me whatever you want to do with racing and I will tell you. But if you do want these horses early, you need to subscribe. So let's get into it now. Got to start at Ludlow. Starting the 340, got Delicasalunga. Now, the owner trainer, who I've never heard of, but he seems to run them in his own name, paid 150 grand for this one from Ireland. That was back in May, after finishing an excellent second to the 145 rated Sandor Clegane. And on his second start over here, he finished staying on second to the now 130 rated Destroy the Evidence. However, his best run in this country was last time on testing ground at this track, when winning a competitive race, coming clear over a short, slightly shorter trip. We know he gets this far, so the trip and ground are obviously no problem. Now, the handicapper, very surprisingly, only put him up £6, which seems quite lenient, but they've been cute by replacing Richard Patrick with a £7 claimer, Cameron Isles, whose last 3 rides have returned a win and 2 seconds. So in effect, he's running off a £1 lower mark than last time. Now, he has been well backed. I know he was about 9-4 this morning. I think he's quite a bit shorter than that. The trainer's other only runner recently, that also won. So we know that he's from limited horses. He is in good form. So that is one I've had a few quid on. 415, Arizona Cardinal. Now, this trainer has had 5 winners from his last 5 runners, so he's definitely one to look at. Now, Arizona Cardinal won a very competitive handicap at Utoxeter in May, but after being pulled up on his return in November, he was given wind surgery to help with his breathing. Pulled up on his comeback, but they always say that the second run back after wind up is the time to judge the horse on, once the horse realises it can breathe. And he ran away with another tough race last time at Leicester. Again, surprisingly, he's only gone up £5 for that, and this doesn't look any tougher. And the way the stables horses are all performing, he could be quite hard to beat. Let's go next. We'll go to the 524 at Ludlow. Here we're looking at Game On for Glory. From another informed yard, that of Lucy Wadham, her last 7 runners have yielded 3 wins, 2 seconds and 2/3, so we know she's in cracking form. Now, this horse missed almost 2 years off the track until making a chase debut in November, where she finished a very good second to Marsh Wren, who has won 2 races since. She pulled up next time, which could have been the bounce factor, before travelling best and looking all over the winner at Carlisle before tiring up the stiff finish. She gets a much easier track to run on today, but for jumping right-handed at certain fences, she would be a confident bet. That's my only issue with her, the way she can be a little bit wayward when she gets tired. Now, those 3 fences in the home straight have a habit of catching tired horses out, but she's still the most likely winner in my opinion. Go to Taunton. I'm looking at 1 race at Taunton, Living on Luco in the 315. Now, this looks like a 2-horse race, but he brings better form into the race than Jackpot Dathoo. He won a better race than this last time. He ideally wants further than this, having run in Irish point to points, but you can say the same about Jackpot Dathoo. And he can hit a flat spot. That would be my only slight reservation about him. But he should be too good for this field, and I expect him to win. Go to Wetherby now. 215. Magical King. This has been my biggest bet of the day, but I backed this at 10 to 11. I think this is probably about 4 to 7 now. And as I say, if you do want to subscribe, you'll get the bigger prices, and that'll more than cover any costs involved. So this is from the same stable as Arizona Cardinal, where the trainer has had 5 winners from his last 7 runners. Again, this should be a 2-horse race, and without saying this horse is top class, he has been running in far better races than this. His market rival jumped poorly, I thought, when winning at Fosslas, and he has to give us £7. So I think Magical King would be very, very hard to beat. The other race I want to look at there is in the 4 o'clock, Eton Collina. Again, from another informed yard, that of Kerry Lee. 3 out of the last 4 runners have all won, so you can't beat being with a horse or with a stable that's in form, and this one certainly is. Now, Eton Collina was dropped in trip over this track last time, and he jumped them to sleep. Now, admittedly, he was flattered by a 25-length win, as the horse who would have finished second fell 2 out, but he was still impressive, and the handicapper, I think, has been very fair, putting him up only £7. A repeat of that should be good enough, though. The David Pipe horse, Placenet, has some good French form. So I think there are plenty of bets there today. I'm expecting to certainly get back what I lost yesterday. And as I say, if you want to subscribe, I will let you know next time I'm going for a big bet. Just press the subscribe button. If you want to ask me anything, including about getting the early bets, then all you got to do is to drop me an email, jefflaughtonmanagement@gmail.com. And tomorrow I will speak to you on the 1st of March. Thank you very much indeed.